Let's have a look at the user interface CRM, the third panel of the control surface, which I will show you now. It is the panel that is located on the far right that we mostly use for control room monitor. Also here, all the switches are numbered from top to bottom. All switches have a function. Switches that do not have a function are not connected and do nothing, of course. Here too we have a security setup and local labels. However, there are a few special switches on this front panel in the upper section that need more explanation. I will show you these to you. This upper segment of switches we use to give functionality to the encoders and displays. We will look at the function column. Switch 1 is set to console mode and is a console function because I want to do something on the console. But for which console? Console 1, because I work with that console. What is the function I will assign? Let's select source. In other words, all console mode switches and encoders located on console 1 will be set to source. Let's have a look at another function such as control mode gain. For console 1, we activate the control mode gain, so all encoders are set to act as gain controls for console 1. Then we also have standard functions like console preset. This switch is programmed to perform a global function. A global function means loading a console preset. On the CRM bus, we have of course the monitor bus function that can switch the CRM bus to program on or off. So all switches will get a dedicated function. Here, for instance, is a function that you can talk to the studio bus. I took this function from the monitor bus, and for which bus it should be? For the studio bus. And I programmed there talkback 1. It means that everyone who is listening to the studio bus, talkback 1 will be activated on the destination. For instance, this function is not well programmed. I want to control or monitor phones as a destination. These are the headphones in the control room that I want to change over with talkback. What will happen now if this switch is activated? Talkback 1 will be activated on the output of the headphones. So only this CRM phone's output will get this talkback 1 signal. An opposite function is this one. Everyone that is listening to the monitor bus or studio bus will listen to talkback 1. I see that this one is not okay. Destination. On the headphones of the studio talkback 1 will be activated. So only this output will get talkback signal from the studio. In this way, we have learned to program all the switches and even the chip card in the CRM module. The final part that needs programming are the Axum meters and its display on the TFT screen. On the TFT screen we see here we can program all functions and displays to our own needs. If we start at the top, where you can read Node Axum meters, you first see meter 1. I can here program what I want to see on meter 1 left. The programming is now set to bus and program, and I want to see the audio level left. Another selection could be controller monitor bus, of which I want to see my audio left. You can also select to see Module 1 and its audio level. All display functions that are possible here are here to select from. Here we have chosen to see the program level. The phase meter is set to read the phase correlation of the left-right program level. The meter label, the actual text that is visible beneath the meter, we name program. In this way it's easier to remember that this is the program bus level we are listening to and monitoring on the screen. The second label, we have two labels underneath the meters. The master level will be shown. In this case, the bus master level, the level the bus master is set to. In this way we can always see at what level the bus master is set to. Here it's 0 dB. The second large meter can be programmed in a similar way. We also have a third and fourth meter. These are smaller. Let's have a look where they are located. Here you see two large meters plus the phase meter for both large meters, program label and level indication. Then we have two smaller meters on the right hand side, both with left and right display and their function labels. On the program page we can recognize these meters as meter 3 left and right and meter 4 left and right, and also their labels. We can see that they are programmed to show us on-air audio level and CRM bus signal. Then we also have the main clock label. On the top of the screen we have 4 labels that can be highlighted. On the program page they are labeled red light 1 to 8. We have an active label and a passive label. The active label 1 lights when red light 1 is active. On red light 2 is active and the second label will light. On the red light 5 label I have selected the alert function of the hybrid 1 and connected it to the red light 5 label. This function is a source function, coming from the source of the hybrid alert. The next step is to connect this alert of the hybrid 1 to a ring detect. In other words, when the hybrid 1 detects a ring alert on the phone line, the red light 5 label will be highlighted. You can see on the TFT screen that the red light indicators have changed to phone alerts 1, 2, 3 and 4. Further down on the page we see all the settings for program end time in minutes and seconds. That we can see on screen as well as the countdown time. Further down is an overview of a complete module. And as last item we have 32 stereo meters that we can assign to various sources. Normally this will be the channel meters 1 to 32. In this case the first small meter will show the stereo audio level of module 1 and the smaller meter at the far right side the signals of module 32. But also another source can be selected, such as auxiliary bus. Here we select bus for auxiliary 1 and audio level left, and for the other meter also bus, auxiliary 1 and audio level right. By doing this we now see the auxiliary 1 level on meter 32 in stereo. In this way we can easily change the configuration according to our needs. On the meter we do not have a switch function, so levels do not need to be adjusted or set. In this way we program a complete system configuration of all the hardware components on the user's interface. In this case we have one system of 3 fader panels, one CRM panel and an application called Axum meters. If you have more systems, they will be shown here as well. Also for these other systems we can program to which user level it belongs and we can program it. If we are ready with the configuration we can export it, give it a name for instance, for fader, and we can import it into another module. We can also import another preset that was already saved in the system. We then need to set an offset value to get the right data on the right faders. If I want to import fader 5.5 to 8 settings with the same fader data of 1 to 4, I need to fill in an offset of 4 to realize this. In this way, it is easy to copy, paste an already programmed section of the system's faders panels. So on this page, we program all the remote controls of the user's interface.